This is iFIBER 1 News. Here are today's top stories.
The Columbia Basin Cancer Foundation's annual Country Sweethearts fundraiser was one of its biggest ever, drawing more than 300 people Saturday night. SeaTac Airport was back to normal business after the travel ban was overturned by a federal judge. The first trial is set to begin in Nevada in the Bundy standoff case.
From the iFIBER 1 newsroom, this is iFIBER 1 News. And it starts now.
The Columbia Basin Cancer Foundation's annual Country Sweethearts fundraiser was one of its biggest ever, drawing more than 300 people Saturday night. The 8th annual fundraiser packed the Grant County Fairgrounds 4-H building for a social hour, live and silent auction, dinner catered by Michael's on the Lake, and a night of dancing. Country Sweethearts is the foundation's largest fundraiser of the year, raising more than $380,000 since the event started. Last year's event alone raised more than $90,000 to support the Cancer Foundation. The hundreds in attendance Saturday night also had the chance to hear from cancer survivors and how the Cancer Foundation helped them through a difficult fight with cancer, from weekly phone calls and encouragement to covering travel expenses, food and gas cards, and other information and services. According to Executive Director Angel Needler, the Columbia Basin Cancer Foundation spends about $5,000 each week for cancer patients in Grant and Adams counties. All funds raised through Country Sweethearts and other events stays local to help cancer patients. Needler said the foundation is hoping to start a few new programs this year, including teaming up with the Columbia Basin Technical Skills Center culinary program. For more information on the foundation, visit them online at columbiabasincancerfoundation.org. This is Joe Utter for iFIBER 1 News.
Within hours of the travel ban being enforced, thousands of protesters shut down the international arrivals area of SeaTac Airport.
Let them in!
Fast forward a week. Yeah, that's smooth jazz. And you find Howard and Nan Cornell sitting quietly, waiting for their ride.
Everybody has a right to protest. There's a place to do it. There's a time to do it.
The Cornells supported the travel restrictions.
It's only for 90 days.
And still support the president.
I don't think it is unconstitutional.
Tell me why.
I think the reason is I think people do not have the right to come to the United States. I think it's a privilege to come here.
As a veteran, Cornell says he sees what America is up against.
Look what's happened in Europe.
He says strict border security, strict vetting. That's what America needs now.
I was a little offended.
Devin Newton is on his way to JBLM, but took the time to counter.
I believe we're incredibly safe in this country, and obviously we need to not let anybody in, but an outright ban makes us seem paranoid.
He's glad the judge overturned the president's travel ban.
Lindsay? Yes, ma'am.
And so is Lindsay Clark, who sang at his inauguration.
I did not support the candidate who won. He's my president. And I want him to succeed because I want America to be amazing.
She says the fact a president can be held to the power of our courts shows America is working.
And I believe that is what makes America great.
But it's not what makes America safe, says Nan Cornell.
What Trump did is not extreme. I think what he did was very appropriate, and we need that. We need to feel safe.
Without the restriction, which is what it is right now, do you feel safe?
No.
March 2014, a call to arms. Cliven Bundy, faced with hundreds of thousands of dollars in unpaid grazing fees, saw his cattle rounded up, the lands he'd feed them on locked up. Bundy believes the federal land he uses is actually owned by Clark County and is his by right to use. And he doesn't mince words to News 3.
It's like they're staging for a war. I told you I'd do whatever it takes. And I stick with that.
Not long after that interview, his ranch in Bunkerville looked more militia than Old West. Supporters carrying signs about government oppression started filing in.
Our battle is about who owns this land.
Soon, the battle over Bunkerville was federal news. Politicians visited, national media hosted the Bundy family, and armed militia marched in to make camp. Bundy, defiant, tensions between Bundy supporters and law enforcement boiled over.
If I owe any grazing fees, I will sure pay it to the right landlord, and that would be Clark County, Nevada.
It was an armed standoff that finally ended the battle for Bunkerville. The fight over unpaid grazing fees ended with BLM pulling out. It would be nearly 2 years later when Cliven and his sons were arrested during another federal standoff, this one in Oregon. And now, almost 3 years after Bunkerville, the first 6 of 18 people will stand trial for their roles in the occupation and standoff. The lengthy legal battle set to begin on Monday.
From the iFIBER One Weather Center, I'm Jeff Slakey taking a look at the basin's forecast. Snow for Monday with a high at 37. The lows are going to be pretty chilly in the teens. Tuesday, about 29 during the day. Maybe see some more snow on Wednesday, upwards of 5 inches possible. That turns into ice pellets for Thursday with a high of 36 and a low about 33. Moving into the weekend, though, we're seeing mostly sunny skies and the highs in the mid to upper 30s. The lows are still going to be in the 20s. For iFIBER One, I'm Jeff Slakey.
This is iFIBER One News. For more information on these stories and other news, visit us online at iFiber1.com or check us out on Facebook.